Money. The world revolves around it. We're born into it. We die for it. We chase it. And yet, do we ever truly grasp its power? We call it a tool, but the truth is far darker. Money isn't just something we earn. Money is a force that bends time, manipulates lives, and holds the very fabric of our society together by invisible strings. A force that controls us, shapes us, and keeps us trapped in an endless cycle of desire, need, and suffering. Imagine a world before money. A world where barter was king. You traded what you had for what you needed. A cow for grain, a knife for a piece of cloth. Simplicity, balance, fairness, life in its purest form. But something changed. The world grew too large, too complicated. The simplicity of barter broke down, and the need for something bigger emerged. And so, a new concept was born. Money. It was meant to make life easier, to simplify exchange. But instead, it became the master. A seemingly innocent invention, but one that would unravel everything. And we let it happen. We believed in it. We trusted it. The world's first currencies were born from something precious: gold, silver, commodities with inherent value. But gold is heavy, and trust is fragile. So came paper money, light, convenient, but empty. A promise made by governments and banks. This piece of paper is worth something. But promises can be broken. Fast forward to today, and that promise is all we have left. And the truth? The truth is chilling. Paper money? Digital currency? It's all an illusion. It's all a game. A game where the rules are rigged, and we are the pawns. You see, money isn't a tool. Money is the master, and we're its slaves. It was never about equal exchange. It was never about fairness. It was always about control. It's a system designed to keep the rich rich and the poor struggling. It's the tool of the elite, the weapon of the few, a weapon they use to tighten their grip on power. And we let them. We've been tricked into thinking money is about working harder, earning more, but it's not. It's about survival. And for the majority, survival is slipping further and further out of reach. How did it come to this? Banks. They hold the power. They control the flow of money. But the real kicker? They don't just store wealth. They create it. Banks create money out of thin air. They make money from money. They lend money they don't even have. More and more money injected into the system like an unstoppable virus. A virus that spreads, that grows, that builds an economy of illusion. With every loan, every mortgage, every credit card, new money is born, unbacked, unearned. A house of cards, a house that's collapsing, and we're living in it. The game isn't about earning more. It's about staying in the game. It's about surviving. The truth is the game is stacked against us. While we labor day in and day out, the rich have figured it out. They don't just earn, they accumulate. They don't just work, they invest. They own assets, stocks, real estate, entire industries, things that grow, that multiply, while we, the workers, get crushed under rising costs and stagnant wages. And there's something worse. Debt. Debt is the secret handcuff that holds us prisoner. A shiny new car, a house we can't afford, a degree we can't pay for. Debt is the trap, the invisible chain that locks us in. It's the system's way of making sure we can never escape. You take a loan, and for the next 30 years, you belong to the system. You belong to them. How do they keep us in this trap? How? With every dollar we borrow, we sink deeper. With every interest payment, we lose a piece of ourselves. The more we owe, the less we own. We've been trained to live in debt, trained to accept it, trained to think that this is how the world works. But it doesn't have to be this way. It never had to be this way. The rich, they know the game. They use debt as leverage. They use it to acquire more land, more businesses, more power. But for us, debt pulls us further down. It keeps us trapped, watching as the wealthy sit on mountains of riches, knowing we'll never catch up. And it doesn't end there. The gap between the rich and the poor, it's widening. It's growing. The divide is deepening with every passing year. The rich are richer than they've ever been, while the majority are drowning in debt and struggling to survive. The wealthiest 1% now control more than half of the world's resources. The rest of us? We're fighting over the scraps. How do we get here? And, more importantly, can we escape? But there's hope. A new force is rising. A force that threatens the foundations of the old system. Cryptocurrencies, blockchain, decentralized finance. A new way to create wealth. A new way to be free. It's a revolution in the making. A chance to break the chains that bind us. Cryptocurrency is the ultimate rebellion. It offers freedom from banks, from governments, from a system that has kept us all locked in place for centuries. It's a chance to take back control. But even this new world comes with its own risks. Unregulated, unstable, dangerous. For every success, there is a fall. The promise of freedom can also bring chaos. But isn't it worth the risk? Isn't it worth the chance to escape? Isn't it worth fighting for something more than just survival? The truth about money is that it is not just a tool. It is a weapon used to divide, to conquer, to control. A weapon that has shaped the world we live in, a weapon that has kept us chained for far too long. But there is one truth more powerful than money itself. We have the power to change this. We have the power to challenge the system, to tear down the walls that have been built to keep us in our place. The question is, will we? Will we fight for a future where money works for the many, not just a few? Will we challenge the lies that have kept us under control for centuries? The time for change is now. The untold truth about money is that it has been the chains that bind us. But those chains are breaking. It's time to take control. It's time to stop being slaves to the system. The future is ours, but we must act before it's too late.
Thanks to watch this documentary video, and if you are struggling to achieve financial freedom, hit the bell icon, like, and share button. Thank you.